Okay, this video is about changing this headlight. Low beam on the driver's side of a 2012 GMC Acadia. The book says you gotta take this whole front end off, the grill, the bumper wrap, inner fender loose enough you can reach up in there. After you get all this plastic off the top and the bottom and the front, because the air dam on the bottom and graphic stuff is all hooked to it, and this plastic benzol on the top's hooked to it. Once you get all that off, you're supposed to be able to take this headlight assembly completely out, flip it over, put your bulb in, put it all back together. I don't like that idea. What we're going to do today is we're going to take this airbox loose, take the top off, take the airbox loose, roll it back out of the way, and I'm going down through this hole to change that bulb. Don't need very many tools. I use going to use a pair of channel locks, a T20, which I got a long reach T20. Take these screws out of this airbox because it's got 6 huge screws to hold this little cover on. And you need a 10mm with an extension for this one bolt. Well, let's get started. First thing was the air filter housing. Let me show you this wonderful thing. Of course, you unplug the mass sensor. And it's got 6 big coarse threaded screws that holds this on. It's got enough screws to pick the whole car up. But you got to take all of them loose. And they will screw completely out, and you will lose them if you're not careful. They don't have any way to hold them in there. Notice this one. It's under where the hose goes on. The hose on top. See, it's sitting at a very bad angle. So, yeah, you've got take them 6 out. Of course, loosen your clamp, pop off your mass sensor. You pull the red button back, push the little button on the inside, it comes off. Then I loosened, then I took this bolt out, and there's a plastic fastener down in this hole. I can't show it to you. It's just down in there. Holds this thing back up to here. This is pulled out of place quite a bit. Lean that back. Of course, there's a little clip that holds these lines to this. You pop it off, and it will give you access to this hole. I'm gonna run my hand back in there because I have to move this for my hand. But there's the wire harness. You plug it in, and the light bulb just twists in there. But I was talking about the piece of metal. Right here is a piece of metal. It was sticking straight out against this light, which made it very hard to get into. I couldn't get the bulb out with this piece of there. But a pair of channel locks and just a little bit of bending, this piece comes out at 90 degrees, and I can't see that it hurts anything, other than it's just not straight like it used to be. I bent it out at 90 degrees, and I can get my hand back in there now. When you do get the piece of metal bent out, there is a cap on the back of the headlight. So you got to twist that off. It's just a twist lock. Got a seal in it. That gets you into your bulbs. That's the reason why you got to bend the metal out of the way. I didn't cover that, so I'm going to add that in. So just remember, it's just a twist lock. Pretty simple. Just a little weird on the whole housing that you got to take portions off without taking the housing out. But there you go. Sometimes it's hard to get your paws in these holes in these vehicles. But it allowed me to get the light bulb out and unplug it. Of course, just long enough you can get both hands in there and unplug the thing. Just to let you know, this is one that twists too. It goes in twist locks. So you got to put the wire on it, put it back in the hole, and twist it. Alright, we got the new bulb. I got the pack cut open. Notice I got gloves on. Just a quick point. Don't need to handle the glass of these bulbs. The oil in your skin can make it pop. Well, they say it will. I've always handled it with a rag or a towel, In this case, it's got to be gloves because, you know, it's up, way up in that hole. Need a coon paw. Not a grizzly bear, but I don't have a coon paw person around here. You know what we mean by that. You got small arms, small hands, and reaching little tiny spots. Yeah. But I'm ready. I'm going to ease this out of the pack, handle it with my gloves, plug the wire in. I can't hold the phone and do it, but if I do steps, I'll show you how this goes. You can see it is plugged in. It goes up above where it's sitting. I'm going to wiggle that in there. And it goes in with a twist lock. So you got to twist it, turn it down, get the lock set, and pull it back up, I believe, if I remember right. I got to put it in with the bars pointing towards the fender of the vehicle. Twist it down a little bit till it pops in place and pop it back up, and it should lock. Hopefully. Alright, can't see it, but it's up in there. Yeah. You can see the bottom of the thing. Now I gotta put the cap on. It's just a twist lock too. No, I said that a while ago, but just in case somebody missed it, it just goes in this way and twist it a little bit and it locks in place. I'm gonna see. I can do this and hold the camera. No. Alright. Go in past the piece of metal I bent. Get it into the right position and it's locked. Praise the Lord, it's locked. Let's see if we did good. Gonna cry if we didn't, but because that is a pain to get to. But that headlight's good. Setting's good. We didn't mess with this side, but let's put it on high beam. Make sure I didn't mess with the high beam bulb in any way because I really can't see what I'm doing in there. Here we got high beam. Yep, we got 2 bulbs on this side, 2 bulbs on this side. We did good. Now we just got to put it back together. Alright, to get this thing back in place, when I leaned it out, it propped on something under there. I don't know what it was. There's a peg back here, like I was talking about before, a fastener, like a peg built into the, built onto the metal of the inner fender. This thing got a hole it pushes down through. And you got 1 bolt hole here. That holds this plate on. That's what I'm going to do this right now. I'm going to put that bolt in. Alright. We got the bolt in. We pushed it down, popped it back on this little fastener. Now we're trying to get the filter in here. One-handed, this is fun. I haven't bought one of these filters yet. I haven't owned the car that long. There's a lot of plastic in it. I'd say it's probably going to be an expensive filter. Let's get the top box. Alright, got it started. Got the cap off my master cylinder reservoir. You just got to twist and pop and push. I put this side in first. It was easier than taking it out. Drop this side in last. Now we just got to work it down in place. Put the hose on. My phone keeps shutting itself off, but anyway, we're back to this point. Cover's back on, tighten seat screws, 1 here, 1 here, 2 over here. Got my cap back on, of course. I got the 2 down in here, 1 under the hose and 1 you watch me tighten here. Windshield washer, fluid and hoses, put that snout back in there. Plug your mass airflow sensor back in, lock it. You push it down, push that button back down. That should complete the job. We're ready to drive down the road and not get a ticket for bad headlight. No headlight. If y'all stayed with me this long, appreciate it. Leave me a like, leave me a comment. Tell me what you think. God bless.